Okay.
Hello.
Bye, Dad.
Bye.
Everyone say bye to Dad.
Goodbye.
Bye. Alright, good morning.
Good morning. Or whenever you're watching this.
Or whenever you're watching this.
You're definitely not watching it live. If you are, that's rather
weird.
disturbing.
Would you like some tea, sister?
I
Because
would-
we
I
are
would
about
love
to
some tea.
pour the tea with some books that we like and don't like. So.
This is why I do the intro.
Where are you kidding me? That was a great intro.
That was a great intro.
If you guys are
It was
wondering
a
what
great
kind of tea this purple blue tea is, it's called butterfly pea. P-E-A. It is really
Yeah.
good.
It's good.
But it's actually purple.
It's beautiful. Yeah, no, this is the natural
It's
color.
the
of it.
real color.
But
It's
that's
not
not
Kool-Aid
the tea
or
we
anything.
are going to spill.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to be talking about what books we like and how they have inspired how we write
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
We're going to try and keep it positive because our
I don't think
publishers don't like us
being negative.
being
No,
negative about other books.
I don't think, we're going to go into like, well, guys, I absolutely hate this book, so if you like it, you can just leave. No. I mean, you can like whatever you want.
All opinions are valid.
Oh, you just don't like
Everyone is entitled to their own opinion. Not
That's
all opinions are valid. I think that's where I land on that.
Yeah,
You
okay.
may have your own opinion. You are entitled to your own opinion. Anyway,
We're getting way too philosophical. Philosophical.
That could be a real word.
Yeah, so
Anyway,
some of our favorites.
let's try and name as many as we can, but without like naming
Copying?
the same one. Oh, let's say the same. Let's
At the
the
same
same time. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Mirror Visitor.
Okay, wow.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
one.
Mysterious
Caraval.
Benedict Society.
Oh.
That didn't last super long.
We both love Mirror Visitor.
We both love Mirror Visitor.
Who's it written by?
Stephanie Garber.
No, it's
Wait,
not.
no, sorry.
That's Caraval.
That's Caraval.
I'm like,
Oh
she's
my
not
gosh.
French.
What is her name?
It's a French name.
It's a French name.
It's a I was about to say delicious book, but I don't think
It
that's
is
the
delicious.
right term. If you like a good old fashioned slow burn that takes so
Slow
long,
burn.
you
Slow.
will enjoy that book.
If you enjoy... Oh my gosh.
Oh, if you enjoy like courty, bloody dog.
Oh yeah,
fancy
court
stuff,
drama. That's
You
it.
will
But
love it.
it's not just drama. It's like...
It's actual.
It's like... Oh
stuff.
my gosh. It's not drama. It's actual terror. Especially in the later books. Like, book
Oh, yeah.
1 is easy mode compared to the rest of the
It's
books.
not
When you're
reading
reading book 1, you're like, oh my gosh, this is so hard. And then you're like, oh my gosh, Ophelia, you are just so
Awesome.
amazing. So amazing.
Ophelia is one of my favorite main female characters.
Ever. She's amazing. And we can totally get into that more. But I think, like,
So
as the
long.
books go on, you're just like,
Dang.
why do you suffer so much? On purpose! I'm kidding.
No,
It's not on purpose. She makes choices to help
Other things.
other people.
She's awesome. We love her.
So much.
Caraval, I'm only on the second book, no spoilers. But
Well,
it
they can't even
is-
comment, so
Oh, right, yeah. Ha
you can't give us spoilers.
ha.
I mean, I've already read all of it, so.
Especially can't give out spoilers. But I really like the world building in
Yeah.
it, and I really like... Wait, we didn't talk about what we
We
liked.
did not talk about what we liked about
Okay,
Mirror Visitor
we
yet.
like pretty much everything about Mirror Visitor.
The writing style is obviously translated, which
It was
changes it a little
excellently
bit.
translated.
it was really well translated. So if you're reading the English version that you'll find at normal libraries and bookstores and stuff, the translation is amazing. I haven't read the French, but I'm sure it's amazing.
The characters, no character is like, oh my gosh, it's so great, it's just this magical man. It's like, every character, you're like, you have problems.
Yeah.
You also have problems.
You have a lot of problems,
Wow,
but you
that's-
also have some solid qualities.
Somehow we still like you.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's excellently well written. It does a very good job of relaying its premise / mystery slowly.
Yeah. Oh my
Um,
gosh. I still haven't finished the fourth book, so no spoilers.
She has had
Okay.
like 6 months.
I know.
I think it was before you
I'm
went to
sorry.
France.
It was.
It was before
I
she
did a
went to
good
France.
push before I left for France. It's hard.
It's not hard. You had like 2 chapters left.
I probably do have 2 chapters left.
It's
I have a bad habit of reading a series until the last few chapters. Like I did that with Maze Runner. I did that with what's the other one by James Dashner? It's the one Eye of Minds. I did that with my Eye of Minds. But those 2 series are not as good. They are inferior to.
I think Aubin got scared of the end of Miracle's Dear.
Yes, I did.
Anyway, continuing onwards. I love it for. I also just love the world it's built.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm spinning out of frame. I really hope I'm not.
It's like the world
It's-
is also slowly revealed to you over
Yeah.
time, and you're just like, oh my
And it's vast
gosh.
and beautiful and complicated.
You didn't, but you did.
Also, the magic, like,
Yeah.
leveling and powers. That is really cool.
It doesn't feel. It also doesn't feel like wizarding magic.
No,
Kind
no,
of
no.
like your book. I think it is the magic system is similar-ish because it's not like.
It's innate. It's more.
Yeah, it's more like what you're born with.
It's more innate and mundane, and
Yeah, it's treated like a mundane thing.
which I love. I love when magic is treated seamlessly in books. Like it's just like, ta-da! Okay, it's
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorite things. Yeah, it's a great book.
I think.
If you haven't read it, please go read it.
So the other thing that we can come back to, I think it would be fun at the end to compare and contrast all the like different kinds of things, like main female protagonist or love interest, or how like romance
Oh my
arcs
gosh,
are
yeah,
dealt
yeah,
with
yeah.
at the end after
Trying to compare.
Caraval and Winter's Promise. So different. Okay, but I think that would be fun to do at the end after we say
Yeah.
all of our
Everything.
favorites. Okay.
Moving on
Should we-
to Caraval.
Oh yeah.
Yes, world. It's really pretty. It's fantastically written. Also has some great lines. Sometimes she does add in too much information. Like I'm annotating as I write, and sometimes I'm just like, shrink. That was a beautiful line, but it was followed by something completely unnecessary, or preceded by something completely unnecessary.
And that happens quite a bit.
Yeah,
Like
she
in books
writes-
in general. Like
yeah.
if there's ever a good, like I found that with Cruel Prince too. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, that line was gorgeous. Why did that one follow it?
Yeah, it's like they almost feel the need to explain what their poetry means, which, as someone who writes a lot of poetry, it just feels almost demeaning to the poetry itself. It's like, oh, no, it's there. You can just enjoy it or
Yeah.
not. But like overall, some great lines. Very cool. Again with the magic, but this one's different. You know? It's like
This one is treated as something
magical, something
like
unique.
it is kind of a point of awe and
Mhm.
in the book. And like I love the freshness of that. Like
Yeah.
the way she deals with kind of the wonder and magic of magic, kind of.
Yeah, which like
is-
when you're reading fantasy, you're like, oh yeah, magic, but like it's fun when the characters themselves are like, whoa,
Yeah,
magic.
magic.
Yeah, and that's built
Yeah.
really cleverly into the story.
Mhm.
And again, because of how it's set, it does also have that level of magic seamlessly built into the
Yeah.
world, which
Mhm.
is so cool.
Mhm.
Because it means that the characters feel more like you, because
Yeah.
for them it's not normal, but it's just a part of the world, which is really cool. And I love the description of clothing, actually.
She gets very into it.
Yeah, she does a really cool job. Like, I can always see what they're wearing.
I'd say the people who get most into clothing design that in like the main YA books I've read are The Selection, Cruel Prince, and Caraval. They are like, okay, lovely plot and characters and everything.
But
Let me tell you about what they're wearing.
this dress.
You guys, this dress. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that's really cool because, I mean, I'm interested in
Yeah.
fashion. I'm very much so like fashion. So being able to see it and see how
Yeah.
people play with it is very cool for me.
Mhm.
What do you love about it?
What do I love about Caraval? See, you haven't even gotten to. I was gonna.
Getting there.
You're getting there. You are so close. You are so close. Okay, so in the
Got
first
the great
book.
line about the rock.
What?
The rock that she stubbed her toe on.
Oh, yeah. What was I saying? Oh, yeah. I like in Caraval how she plays with your assumptions. Like, I have read this series 3 times, all the way through. And reading back I read it first when I was 12, which was too young. Don't read it when you're 12. Second time when I was 14, which I think is okay. And then the third time when I was 19, I bought it in England and then read it on my way home.
English, why do you have 1?
2 is better
2
for
is
quotes.
so much better.
2.
2.
Anyway.
It just feels so sad.
Anyway, so I bought it in England, read it on the plane rides, and finished it, and then gave it to Ella.
She was like, Ella!
I know, and then I came back and bought the whole box set, American version.
Yeah, that's what I'm currently reading.
And because I had to finish it. And I also wanted to write in it, because that's what I was doing with the first one. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah! So I was making a bunch of notes in Caraval, book 1, which is just called Caraval. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. His motivation doesn't make sense for this scene, because, like, why is he acting like this? I was like, this is a flaw. And then I had forgotten, even though I've already read it twice before, I had forgotten this one twist, and someone wasn't who I thought they were. And I didn't, she didn't tell you that at all in book 1. You still don't know. And it was only till I read book 2, and I was like, oh my gosh, I forgot. Okay, now all the motivations make sense. Everything lines up. But in book 1, that you read them, I'm sure, I had all these notes about, like, this motivation doesn't make any sense. Why would I do that? Like,
I think I read some of them.
This makes...
Okay, Aubin left a lot of notes.
Yeah.
I read the
I was
same
on a plane
version.
ride for, like, 7.5 hours.
I wasn't. I was in bed, reading comfortably.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, no. She does an excellent job of being just like,
Yeah.
no.
Also, yeah. What? I had
More?
Yeah. We could get in... Do you want to get into our, like, constructive criticism?
Well, first, let's finish.
Let's finish all of it.
All of it. What's
Okay.
another book series we both love?
Okay, let's think of one. Why do I keep getting the same book series?
The series Benedict Society.
No, something different. It's not going to make any sense if I say it.
Okay. Have I even read it?
No! But neither have I.
What?
I keep thinking of Naruto for some reason. Which is a
That-
book series. We've just watched it
That's not...
as an anime.
That doesn't count.
I don't know why. I just keep thinking of Naruto.
But if we're doing manga, then I'm definitely having TBHK.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
Witch Hat.
And Witch Hat. I was going to say Witch
Okay,
Hat.
so Witch Hat Atelier and Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Don't judge it by the name. It's amazing.
It is
both
actually
of them
really good.
Have very
I was
vast,
suspicious.
Very vast worlds. Witch Hat, again, beautiful magic system. So cool.
So cool.
So detailed, so unique.
Thought out.
So
Also very unique. Probably the most unique
one of the
magic
most unique
systems
stuff.
I've ever read.
like so cool. Excellent characters, complicated motives.
Classic anime.
Multiple
I feel like
storylines.
manga anime is really good at making.
Yeah, all these different. Yeah, it's really, and it's funny, and it's really not that like the other books that we've mentioned aren't funny.
Caraval is a little funny. Mirror Visitor is funny, and like that was not funny at all. But I'm gonna laugh to keep from crying.
No, there are some funny bits.
Yeah, there are.
Archibald in general.
Yeah.
Yeah. And where was I? I was in the middle of something. Funny, great power system. It keeps growing. It's just really, really well done.
Yeah.
And even when there is miscommunication, it's like, yeah, that would happen. And so complicated.
Mm-hmm.
It's really good. And Toilan Hanako-kun, which is my favorite, like, I love it so much. It has.
I feel like we should be showing these books.
I have the
yeah,
volumes.
Maybe we should like take a break and go grab all
Pause?
the books we're talking about. Yeah.
I mean, just look at this art. It's so pretty. This is the first volume, so it's not as pretty as the later ones, but like, it's so darn pretty. It's beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Our vast selection.
Yeah. Okay. So ones we were just talking about. Books we don't have. Mirror Visitor.
Yeah. Book Thief. Caraval, we were just talking about this one. This is the British version.
And
England.
This is the American one. Ta-da.
Well, this is the American box set version.
The American. No, this is what the.
Just general.
Yeah. Like this is what's on the library and everything.
This is excellent. It has all of our annotations. Aubin wrote a whole essay in the back in pink pen. Yeah, no, it's a great book. Oh my gosh, there's a blood. There's there's a blood mark. Oh, is it? Oh yeah. There's a spoilers. There's a blood mark. I cut my finger somehow. No. My lip broke while I was reading it, and my hands got some blood. So there's a blood mark in this one.
This one is clean because we both read that one.
Yeah, this one has
for
no
first.
notes. It's so
but
sad.
my copy of Legendary, it's also from the box set, does have notes.
Mm-hmm.
So just the first version is clean. Which spine do you like more, the English or the American?
I actually like the England more.
I like the American typeface more.
I like the spacing of this one. I also like that the A's are all white.
Yeah.
I like it. It's
I feel like
clever.
It's two different interpretations of Caraval.
Yeah, this one I think is a little less accurate to.
That's not even close to what it's like inside.
Yeah.
I'd say
this one is giving more.
Yeah.
Actual Caraval.
There are no circus tents in Caraval.
It's a misnomer.
Here we have
PBHK, or Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, as some people call it. This is the first volume, so its art is not as pretty as the other ones, but it's gorgeous. It's so pretty. Also, most of our mangas are in Japanese.
None of them are in English.
Yeah.
That's in Japanese, Japanese,
and we have a French one.
And French.
I also just prefer the Japanese size and like holdability to American mangas. Also, they're like just nicer. But yeah, the story in this, the world building.
Look what I just opened.
Oh my gosh! Okay, Horimiya is also great. Yeah, but the world building, again, I guess you would classify it as a magic system. It deals with a lot of supernatural creatures, and so how that is done, excellent. Yeah, it's beautiful, it's well written, all the characters' developments make sense, even the characters that I don't really like, I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from, I don't like you still, but excellent.
Yeah, I mean the art is
gorgeous. Like,
I'd say sometimes it gets a little complicated for me. I'm like, what? I don't understand. But maybe it's just because I wasn't paying, like, you have to pay laser focused attention, I'd say, to some parts of Hanako-kun to understand it. Because it's so complicated.
I don't think it's so complicated. I think it's easy to get lost, but I don't think it's so complicated. Witch Hat?
Yeah.
Witch Hat is also gorgeous.
I got an art book.
Yeah.
I'd say for me, Witch Hat is the prettiest manga ever.
Close second.
Yeah, Hanako can probably be a close second.
Also, the anime is not nearly as pretty.
The anime is not nearly as pretty, but I don't think the anime will be as pretty for Witch Hat either.
I know. It's sad. I mean, it's hard to match.
It's hard to match this.
That's such a great right.
Oh, hold on. Like, for example, this. I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We probably shouldn't, like, give too many panels.
Too much spoilers.
Too much spoilers, but also, like, you know, it's still their art.
Like, well, I mean,
yeah.
We're doing transformative, so.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's
amazing.
It's beautiful.
You can find it sometimes
in certain
libraries.
We found it at our local
Which is how we found out about it at all.
It's really cool. Excellent character design.
Complicated characters.
Yeah. This is turning into our
dung pile.
I love how Naruto just snuck in there.
Oh yeah, we never talked about Naruto. Naruto is solid
great for vast world.
And huge.
So many characters.
You keep thinking like
we're getting to the end.
As I remember, as we were watching the anime, I was like, we can't possibly. I was like, we already have too many. We already have a lot of characters. We can't. I think it was when Neji was getting introduced, and I was like, this guy can't become a main character. We already have, like, so many main characters. He's never going to go anywhere. And I was so wrong.
Yeah.
And Naruto just has, like over 100 main characters. Or not main, but, like, you do kind of follow them.
I think it has like 50 A grade characters, which is like my classification of like if it's the main. We have like a POV character, which there are actually like
a lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
There are probably like 8 recurring POV characters. Then we have like
8?
Yeah, I mean think about it. POV characters.
You know who one of them probably isn't? Sasuke.
I
mean, he is, but so much less than even...
Like Orochimaru.
Yeah.
I think we get more Orochimaru POV. I mean, we've only watched the anime again, so we haven't read it.
Partially because if we had to buy Naruto, it would be so expensive. And also, I could not bring it home in my suitcase because it covered shelves. So I would have.
Yeah, when you see people who bought Naruto, they've bought Naruto.
They have to dedicate part of their house to Naruto.
It's part of their life. Same with like One Piece fans.
Yeah.
They're just like, One Piece. Deal with it. I'm trying to read one. I go back between reading and watching it. It's long. Yeah, but One Piece. Naruto. Huge world.
Vast. A lot of characters.
Really good. I think that one's a good.
Redemption arcs are pretty good.
Yeah. I mean, I think it has excellent, again, with the power system. I think at some point, it kind of went a little off the rails towards the end.
Where?
With stuff we, like, haven't even really gotten into.
Oh, like in Boruto?
Well, no, I don't even really consider Boruto canon. Oh, thank you.
I hope you sound just getting there.
Couldn't hear me. Yeah, no. Basically, I was just saying. It has a really cool power system again. It's not like my favorite. I wouldn't be like, yeah, Naruto shaped how I write or blah de da.
I wouldn't say it shaped how I write, but it was our first anime. It was why we started. It was why I started learning Japanese. So it has a special place in my heart.
Okay, it wasn't our first anime. Correction.
Okay, it wasn't. It was our first anime that we watched in Japanese.
We had watched Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon before.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all.
Pokemon. So yeah, we watched a lot of Pokemon.
That was like our childhood. We got My Little Pony, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Ninjago. That's like all the shows we watched.
Yes. And Clone Wars.
I'm so sorry. Clone Wars.
Clone Wars was a solid 6 seasons.
Also that one Batman show.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Justice League.
Less so.
Oh, I remember Justice League.
It was like it was in and out. It was like occasional. Yeah, we also spent a ton of time outside.
Yeah, we did.
Oh yeah, also Backyardigans.
Backyardigans.
That was when we were like small. And
even
Wonder
when
Pets.
we were not so small. Wonder Pets.
Well,
yeah.
it was when I was still small.
Oh yeah.
That's why you were watching it. You're 8. You're like, what? What is this?
No, I love Backyardigans. Yeah. Backyardigans is great.
It's How do we get to kid shows?
We didn't even get to Mysterious Benedict Society.
Mysterious okay, this definitely shaped
everything.
Come on.
Maybe
you know what? I'm just gonna let you grab it for me. It's okay. We read this when I was about 6.
I must have been.
It was a family book series.
I think I was 10 or 11, maybe.
Then I would have been
6.
Yeah.
Or 7. Wait. No.
This has shaped
everything.
My
worldview.
Yeah, my desire.
My vocabulary.
To read. My desire for stories. It was also. I am pretty highly dyslexic, and I also have a hard time focusing on reading a lot of times. So this book 2, was the first ever physical book that I read all by myself, the full length.
Yeah, and when we were reading it as like young children, his vocabulary is like insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
it is a juvenile, but it's
juvenile, but it's what juvenile books should aspire to be. They should aspire to be this good.
Wait, I think technically,
Mirror Visitor is juvenile, but it's the greatest lie ever. It's solidly either YA.
Adult.
It could also be adult.
All the characters are
adult. The only thing
adult.
it doesn't fit in is juvenile.
Yeah.
This
book I would say is a juvenile story.
Yeah.
Along with Gregor. Gregor is another book series. Gregor
it's
the Overlander.
Technically juvenile.
Gregor the Overlander. It's the series written by
the much less known
Collins.
Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone knows the Hunger Games, but before she wrote the Hunger Games, she wrote the Underland Chronicles,
which are
really good.
Also shaped. I think they inspired how gory my stories get.
Absolutely.
It's so good. It does get.
It's
very
hilarious
and clever,
endearing,
and somehow it has a 2-year-old character that like has plot relevance and complicated relation. It's so great. It's so great. One of the characters in this is technically 2. She's not 2. She's like 5. What? I just said one character. It could have been a non-reoccurring character.
That's true.
Yeah, no, it's so good.
I'd say that was the beginning of everything.
Please read it if you haven't. These 3 it's a 4-book series now
5.
At this point.
Oh, right.
4 main books. This is a prequel.
But it's
also
fantastic.
Good. Yeah, also really good. This is one of the reasons why I write.
Yeah.
Period.
And I feel like another thing that like this book kind of it's traditionally published like it's Little Brown, but it does break a lot of traditional rules. Like, for instance, one of the main things I would say is this one, like the plot of this one is really not what did you expect.
The prequel,
yeah. Which is, if you can't read it, The Extraordinary Education of Nicholas Benedict. So good. And yeah.
Also, if
Thank
you come
so
telling us that you watch the show, I don't have much to say to you. Except
Go
this
read
is
the
so
books.
much better. So much better. The show does not do it an ounce of justice.
I mean,
No. Kate.
I know.
Kate.
I know, but Constance.
Constance is the best part of that show. And
she
Mr.
is
Benedict.
the ounce of justice.
And Mr. Benedict. He does a pretty good job.
He was pretty good.
But they completely change a character's entire character.
Here's the thing. I, like, my role model, like lots of people have role models of,
In
like,
books.
in books, but my role model was Kate. I wanted to be Kate. Kate shaped the way I grew myself. I was like, you know what? Kate's cool.
Constance shaped me.
So, like...
That's why I'm a poet.
Oh my gosh.
No, I read it at the perfect
You
age.
probably
so I was like,
did.
I'm Constance.
Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, and... Wow. And So Kate is probably just one of the most phenomenal characters
So
in
good.
literature, in my opinion. She's fantastic.
She's sweet, she's strong, she's
funny.
capable, she's
She's
upbeat.
Yeah.
And her in the show is like
Not
none
any of those things.
which is really sad as someone who loves the
Yeah.
original so much.
Yeah. And I think, like, yeah. It's hard to...
This is such a
especially
good
like,
book.
when I was a kid, I was like, I would love to act as Kate in the show or the movie. if
Yeah,
it ever got made.
Aubin.
But then I saw that it was coming out, like, when I was way too old. And I was like, okay, I hope they cast a really good Kate. And as soon as they released cast members, I went and looked her up, and I was like, I don't see it, but maybe it's okay. And then it wasn't okay.
She didn't really do Kate, which I mean,
I
like,
don't want to hate on the actors.
yeah, it's she wasn't Kate.
You just
for
weren't
us.
Kate. And that's not your fault. It was also the script. The script was bad.
The script
for
was
Kate.
bad. And directing for Kate,
Yeah.
like blocking and stuff.
Mm-mm.
Just not Kate. They took, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
The show is nothing like the book.
A more recent thing I would say is the Hunger Games trilogy didn't really shape how I write, but I'd say Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes,
Yeah.
in more recent terms, definitely shaped the way I wrote going into Gabriel.
Gabriel is one of her books. Super secret.
And yeah.
Yeah.
So that would be Lucy Gray. Also, Coriolanus and
She
Tigris.
wrote Coriolanus so good.
so well.
Well, wow, why did I say good?
And
I think I was thinking it was so good,
Mhm.
and she wrote him so well, and I smashed them together.
it's just amazing.
Really good. Really good.
I think I read it 2 or 3 times.
Yeah. It's good.
And then Book Thief isn't here, but Book Thief
Book
would be the last one that
Book
I was
Thief.
like, Book Thief shaped me,
Yeah.
shaped how I write.
It shaped how I write. Okay, my favorite thing in books is when
Cry.
that's my second favorite thing. Is when people take things we have such a certain idea about and pull it apart and put it in a completely different context. One of my favorite lines, I can't spoil it.
Which one? How
Let me
late in
see.
the book?
Let me see. It's in Caraval.
Oh.
I'm going to spoil one line for you guys because I love you guys.
I mean, we could do an in-depth one for each book.
We could. We really
We could talk for hours about Mirror Visitor. Look. I was reading that book on the plane on Air France. And one of the flight attendants just gave me this, which is Souvenir de Vol, or souvenir of the Air. And it's an Air France bookmark. It's a pretty solid bookmark. En première sur papier.
Okay, yes, here it is. The beginning of chapter 21. Death was the color purple. I love so much when people take things that we have this very certain, vague idea about, like death, like something, like life, just some fate, life, reality, desire, like something that we just, don't even think about. It's just like pasted into our world. And pull it out and assign it something, and you're like, wait, what? Death is the color purple? Like, also Caraval plays with colors in a really fun way. So, just... There's another thing I was reading more recently. Like, listening to, or something. And they also took something like that out of a certain context.
Little Thieves? I feel like Little Thieves would have done something like that.
Yeah. Maybe. But I read that, like, before I read Caraval.
Oh, after Caraval?
It was after Caraval. It was, like, something I was listening to recently. I don't even think I was reading it. Oh!
Was it
another book series? Nah. Actually, maybe. I started reading To Kill a Kingdom. Yeah, another book series that I don't suggest to, like, most of you, because it's very adult, and I know I skipped through parts, is King Stark's Tidings. It is an amazing book series. It has an amazing audio production. That also inspired how violent my book is, and how to describe gore, and like, oh my gosh, the author does such an amazing job of describing gore.
She describes it a lot.
So
she's described it all the ways she can think of.
She's gotten complicated with it.
Occasionally during the book, I'm just like, here we go again.
I don't think your mic could pick that up.
What? Oh, here we go again.
Yeah, no. It's just...
But, no, the, like, characters, ideas...
Again, vast world.
Vast world. Very complicated.
Yeah.
Magic system is fun.
And main character is hilarious.
Funny!
He is hilarious.
Yeah.
But not in like a... Oh, jokey
I'm
joke
hilarious.
way. In like a, he's completely serious, but you're like, wow, it's so funny.
Definitely one of the most endearing protagonists.
Also, it's like, he's this insane, amazing fighter guy, but he's also, like, autistic. Which I love. I love to see that, like, it's so rare in books to see, like, because usually, I maybe it's just because most fantasy that I've read have a female protagonist. It's like the man's all just like, I'm just super duper, I don't think at all. Or, not I don't think at all, I just, like, super, it just, they feel a little flat.
Yeah.
Whereas, Reskin
what are some good
is, like,
all I'm thinking of right now.
Dorian.
Is that what must not be named?
I feel like that happened to Dorian.
Well, we've only read the first book.
That is true.
But from what we saw. Anyway, I had an idea. Oh, yes! Out of assassins who are believably assassins, he is the most believably OP, I think.
Yeah.
I think of all the, like, of anyone who I'm like, like Naruto sometimes does this where it's like, you are so overpowered, I don't even believe
it just doesn't even
anymore.
make sense.
Sometimes. Sometimes you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing in Naruto, but with this one, the main character, Reskin, you're never like, you completely believe. everything.
First of all, he was
And
given
you're
such an intense backstory.
Yes.
That's
so
just-
you're
you're
just
just like,
I believe it.
Okay.
I believe it.
Also, another character in that series.
And
there's
okay.
another character. My favorite character, Wesson. He has his own prequel.
Yep, which is excellent.
Excellent. I think that you could read that without reading Reskin, and also it's not as mature as Reskin.
It's not as mature, but it's
still
not
dark.
a kid's
it's
book.
still
Definitely,
I'd say
YA.
High YA.
Mid to high YA.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like
it's not spicy.
I mean, Reskin does get a little spicy.
Reskin's spicy occasionally.
But what was I saying? Super great. Oh yeah. Another believably OP character.
Yes. Yeah.
Like,
you're just like, I believe every time you do something, even though it's completely insane.
You're just like, sure,
okay,
go ahead. And another, like, a thing that's so great
it.
about Reskin is that it doesn't have, like, everyone be believably OP.
No.
Like, it's not like, oh my gosh, you're amazing, and you're amazing, and you're, it's like, oh, you're cute, but you have, a lot of stuff you're doing.
Yeah. Well, and I think one thing that Calcade does, that's the author of King's Dark Tidings, is that everyone has their things, like their jobs. Like, not everyone is Reskin, and that's okay. That's because Reskin is Reskin.
Yeah.
But you have other people who do other things really well.
I said after a pause. It's like I got the telepathic message. Yeah, some of the people it follows are just like
really good at their own jobs.
Soldier level existence. And you're like, but it also gives their context of how important they are. It's like, yes, we need these people. We need the people who are just doing this, and we need the people who are just doing this. Like,
yeah, and that's actually a really big part of King's Dark Tidings as a whole. Like, they talk about, like, different people's jobs.
Yeah.
And, like, how we need X group of people to do that thing and Y group of people to do that thing. That's actually kind of a very interesting... I'd say... How long is this video? I mean, we could get into a lot more.
We might have to do a part 2 next week.
Yeah.
Just kind of abruptly.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
I just saw like another hour worth of talking in front of me, and I was like, okay, we have to stop now.
Yeah.
So, I hope you enjoyed hearing about all of our favorite books. If you haven't read all of these, we highly recommend all of them, including this one.
Yeah, we didn't really get into this one.
And this imaginary book right on top of it, that one's going to come out eventually, and it's going to be really great.
Yeah. And
so just imagine this Ella's book right here.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gabriel.
That one's good too.
I would definitely love when I put my stuff out to hear you guys'. I think we're going to soon start a Discord. So
yeah, hopefully
we'll be on there. It's going to be basically because we don't have comments because I'm a child. We're going to have you guys be able to interact with us again. We're it's obviously going to be like a chill, safe space. So
yeah, we have to figure that out. We don't really know how to do that yet, but
we'll get that up and running
as soon as we
will. I'm sorry that we left this so unsatisfyingly, but we will come back next week on Wednesday.
See you next Wednesday for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. WTF.
Love you guys.
Bye. Happy Friday, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.